Hi, I'm Jackie. I specialise in a blend of yoga and exercise science for over 50s to slow down body aging. I hope you can do this video. In this video, it's just under 30 minutes. We're going to work on mobility, loosening up around our spine, squaring up our shoulders, strengthening our back. We're going to work on challenging our balance. We're going to work on gentle core strength all around our spine, toning up. And we're going to work on a few stretches for flexibility and then a bit of legs up the wall for leaving you in a really relaxed state. I hope you have the discipline to actually do the video and the commitment to having your best body and slowing down aging. Phones off. Make time for your body. It's very important. Spread your toes. Ground down through your feet. Shoulders down. Reach through the crown of the head, connecting into your body, particularly your spine and your heavy head in the right place on top of the spine. Connect into your breath. Just put your hands on your lower front ribs. Make sure there's a bit of movement there when you breathe in and out. Mainly in and out through the nose. Diaphragmatic breathing. Don't let your breathing get shallower and your spine get rounded when you get old. So we're going to work hard, as we always do in my classes, on your chest open, a strong back, strong body, as well as good mobility and balance. So enjoy this class. Enjoy where you're at today. You're never going to be younger than you are today. So focus on positive attitude and enjoying right now you're alive and healthy. Starting off, one of the most important exercises for over 50s, but actually teenagers, any age, elbows in back pockets, because especially teenagers and all of us, we're like this on our phones a lot, sitting too much. So try to put your elbows in your back pockets, feeling these muscles. Do this most days, especially if you have rounded shoulders. How long, how many? It depends. So maybe you need to do 10 every hour. Maybe you need to do 10 twice a week. Depends on your body and what else you're doing. Elbows in back pockets. So get to know that exercise inside out. Make sure your head is not doing that or your back's not doing that. So keep your head on top, not forward. Head back. Retract your neck a little bit. And this is also shoulder retraction. So we don't want our shoulders to be protracted and stuck there. And then we'll add on protract, retract. Add on bend your knees. Retract shoulders, so elbows and back pockets. Raise your heels up, balance. Push, bend your knees. Pull, squeezing your shoulder blades. Heels up. Push. Pull, and we're working on stimulating blood flow, and that's getting more stagnant as we get older. There's a nice way to stimulate blood flow. Calf muscles contract. Calf muscles lengthen. Shoulder blades squeeze into your spine. Shoulder blades pull away. Straight knees. Bent knees. There's quite a lot going on just with this one amazing exercise. Have this in your life, especially after you've eaten too much. Next one is releasing the lats, the lateral muscles, the side to side muscles that do get stiff. And if they get stiff, your shoulders get stiff and also your lower back. And we're trying not to get too stiff around our spine, because then your breathing gets stiffer and then your blood flow isn't as free as it should be to your brain and your trillions of cells. So stimulating blood flow, releasing muscles around the spine. The older we get, the more we need it. So make it feel good. Enjoy where you're at. Spinal rotation, a bit of a twist through your spine. Change where your hand might go down and across. See a different release. Shoulder height, head height, higher than your head. Whatever feels good. There's no right or wrong. There's just different ways to move. Swimming, walking, cycling, running, dancing, yoga, Pilates, tennis, golf, whatever you like to do. I like surfing the best. Okay, next one is for balance. So depending on your balance, you might be one hand near the wall and one foot off the floor, and try to take your hand off the wall and looking at a still spot. A still spot is easier, but eventually you don't want to make it easier. You actually want to make it harder. So in the middle of the room and looking up and looking to the left and looking to the right and looking down, bending your knee, waving your arms around, and the hardest one is closing your eyes. So you want to challenge your balance. So just wherever you're at, challenge your balance. Stand on a pillow. I'm on my thick carpet. I'm in my bedroom, actually, the corner of my bedroom. And this is my view. That's my outside my bedroom. That's my bedroom window. And yes, that's where I do my YouTubes, just in the corner of the bedroom because it's quieter. Other leg. Working on balance, just however you need to. That's fun. Most of my beginners, they start near the wall and the foot close to the floor. So don't go to closed eyes, but that's where I'm at because I'm a yoga teacher, and I'm short, so I've got really good balance, and I'm a surfer, and so I need to challenge my balance. You need to challenge your balance, and we'll all get a benefit. Good. Okay, so the next one is some core strength at the floor, and then we're going to do some stretching. So coming down onto the floor and put your right elbow down. If you're doing my videos, you'll be familiar with a lot of the exercises that we do, the staples, the ones you should have in your life. So right elbow down, or whichever elbow down, and then if you're a beginner, just lift up and hold this for 40 seconds. If you're starting to get strong here, then like that, and if you start to get strong like that for about 40 seconds, just holding the lift, feeling those deep muscles, holding your head up, your shoulder down, your top hip forward. Have someone check your alignment that you're not like that. Or look in the mirror, or go to a really good teacher that actually checks people's alignment. They're getting fewer and fewer nowadays. And I don't know, I'm not really counting, and I don't have all those timer things that all those young people have on YouTube. It's just me on my iPhone in my bedroom. But it's good stuff, and I hope you stick with it. Let's do 10 more counts. I'm feeling my muscles, and I'm short and strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You just do your best. If you have a shoulder injury, maybe skip this one, or just do a really little bit, because the worst thing is avoiding strengthening exercises, because getting frail is the worst thing to happen. So don't let that happen. Other elbow down, and remember, if you're a beginner, just like that. If you're a bit more experienced, that top foot in front. And if you're a bit more experienced, the stack. Make sure your shoulders aren't up. Shoulders are down, and hold your head up. So the arm could be hand on the hip, or it could be reaching up. Doesn't really matter. It's more about the deep core muscles. I'm sure you can feel them. Really holding that lift. It's harder if you're long and if you're not used to it as well. Just take it to your edge. And I'm not counting, but it feels almost enough on this side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Of course, you can press pause and do that twice more on each side if you really want to do some strength and conditioning. Otherwise, we're going to go into abdominal core, boat pose. So show you what easier if you're a beginner. Do, but no collapsing. Get that lift. Get that lift. If you're a bit more experienced, keeping that lift out of your lower spine. And if you're a bit more experienced, you're keeping that lift out of your lower spine, and also you're lifting up through your feet. But you're not going like that. So shoulders down, chest lifted, waist lifted. And you just take it to your edge. So it could be 20 seconds, could be 30 seconds, could be 60 seconds. But you'll feel when you start fatiguing, you'll know when it's enough. So you put, as you all know, because you're intelligent people on my YouTube channel, sensible people. You don't need to overdo it. You just want to feel your deep muscles. I feel like it's enough for my body today. I'll do the count. My students like the count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great one. Coming to all fours. A little bit of cat-cow just to give the spine a little release before the next exercise. If you don't know cat-cow, exhale, look at your belly button. Inhale, try to look towards the ceiling, really feeling your spine moving. And remember, we're stimulating blood flow, lymph flow, and gut flow. And these things are getting more stagnant as we get older, and we don't want to have definitely blood flow, lymph or gut to get stagnant. The older we get, the more we need these exercises. Okay, next one is for strengthening our back. Very, very, very important. Onto your belly. Easier is just lift one leg, inhale, exhale, lift the other leg. So if you're a beginner or you have a tricky back, just stick with easier for now. Just gently build your strength. When you feel like it's getting a bit too easy, bent knees is a little bit stronger in your back. Elbows up is a bit stronger as well. Both legs together is a bit stronger. Feeling your back muscles. So you're trying to lift and lower. You're trying to lift, could be one leg at a time, exhale and lower. Lift your both legs are one leg and lower. Exhale, inhale. So you're feeling your muscles in the back of the body. Just finishing off. Of course, if you did all these exercises again, it will help to build more strength. So we're just doing a bit of all over in this class, quick little class. Finishing up, maybe 10 more counts of whatever you're working on. If you're a yogi, Shalabhasana. If you've done a lot of yoga, Shalabhasana is this pose, but I don't give it to beginners too much. It's quite strong in your back. 3, 2, 1. Good work. Let's give our lower back a little release before the next exercise. If you can kneel, sit back, bottom back to your heels and stretch forward. But a lot of my older students are a bit stiff, so it looks a bit more like that. You do what you can. And don't forget that positive attitude. Enjoy where you're at. You're not going to be younger than you are today. It's okay if you're stiff. Just keep moving. Focus on the positives and enjoy being young and healthy, because one day you're going to look back in 10 or 20 years time and go, they were the good old days. I can't believe I thought I was old when I was in my 50s or 60s. So you might be in your 70s, but when you're in your 90s, you're going to look back and think how young you are right now. You're in the good old days. If you're healthy and alive, it's good. Next exercise is also very core, and you can do push-ups or straight arm plank or elbow plank. You can choose. So obviously you know what push-ups are, but that's more advanced. That's straight arm plank, or you could do elbow plank as a bit more core and have someone check that you're not like that, and you're not like that, and you're not like that. So keeping that straight line, and again, you might hold for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 seconds. If your hands are like that, that's fine, but try to go towards the externally rotated shoulders, so towards parallel forearms. So keep squeezing your belly, extra, 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 extra strong, and just build up your strength here. So too much too soon, your lower back collapses. I see it all the time in my yoga classes. So keep your core on, your posterior tilt, extra squeezing that belly, shoulders down, hold your head as well, and just take it to your edge. I'm always fatigued on Saturday when I make this video because I've taught 10 yoga classes in a week and I feel like I need a day off yoga. But so I'm fatiguing quickly, but you might go a bit longer. You might feel like that's enough. I feel like that's enough. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. So we did a little bit of core strength. Now we're going to do a little bit of stretching. Come and lie on your back and hug your knees into your chest. If you don't know windscreen wiper legs with 90-90 arms, internal and external rotation, have a quick look at me. This is the arms, 90-90 internal. For all my students, all my beginners do this. So you've got to keep that right angle and keep those elbows up and fingers straight. Try that. And if you don't know windscreen wiper legs, see how my feet are hip width, or actually they're wider than hip width. And so you're oiling up hips and shoulder sockets. And if you're doing yoga at home, I mean, if you're very highly coordinated, which most people aren't, you might get the correct technique. But pretty much 90% of my beginners who haven't done this before, of my students, or even if you're experienced with yoga, they just do it, then they're doing this. So no, try to get more release if the shoulders are at a good right angle or decreased 80 degrees, and your fingers are straight, your wrists are straight, my elbows are just off the floor. Less is more. Oh, it's so good. When you get it right, that's why I want people to get it right, because it's just so good. Okay, hugging your knees back into your chest and then rolling bridge. If you don't know what rolling bridge is, it's so good for your lower back. Just have a quick look. Bone by bone, rolling up, bone by bone, rolling down. So do about 5 or so of them. And if you're going bone by bone, you actually are lengthening your lower back. Keep pushing down through your feet. Really good. Let's do one more. Next exercise is abductor stretch. It's good for your lower back and your outer hip. Quickly look at what I'm doing there. So it's that one. Just stretching those abductors, the outer hip. I like to rock a little bit and take a few deep, slow breaths when you're holding stretches. It helps you to get into a relaxed state, which is good for the brain and the body. Releasing stress from life, the world we live in. One more nice deep breath in and out. Swap your legs. One more deep breath. Great. Put your hands and feet in the air. Spread fingers and toes as wide as you can. And then curl your toes. Bicep bulge. Make a good strong fist. Squeeze. Spread. Stretch. Straighten. And then a good fist. And curl your toes. Squeeze out your pelvic floors, your abs. Good exhalation. Spread. Contract. One more. Spread. Contract. Roll onto your front. If you don't know down dog, have a quick look at what downward dog is. So from the all fours, just bring your hands forward. And then that's what downward dog is. So hold that for about a minute. If you're a beginner, just bend your knees. You can have your hands a bit closer. If you're experienced, have your hands a bit further away and work towards straight legs. Don't worry about heels down. Just try to get a straight back. And a good stretch, quite strong through your arms. You might build up to the longer hold. You might feel like that's enough for now. Don't strain your neck or your wrists or your shoulders. Let's take one more breath in and out. Sphinx pose or cobra. Very, very, very important one for our spines at any age, because even kids, even young people sit too much and have forward head posture, especially since the iPhones, as I've already said. But the older we get, the more we need it to keep our bones bendy. A bendy spine is actually healthier, stronger. Bendy bones are healthier, younger, stronger. So let's try to keep bendy bones. If you're more flexible, you might do cobra, but you're trying to not all in the lower back and neck like I am here. I'm trying to get the shoulder blades pulling in a bit to get the chest lifted, tailbone pushing back towards the wall behind you, breastbone pulling towards the wall in front. So that hands are pulling a little bit. So there's that little retraction through the shoulders. Try to have this in your life. Maybe do it every day. Break up sitting. Good. One more breath. The next one just is legs up the wall. And if you like to put your, if you've got a couple of pillows, grab a couple of pillows or a block or a bolster for legs up the wall. So I'll show you how to get into it if you don't know. So you come side on into the wall and you roll around, and then you can put in a bolster or a few pillows if you have a yoga bolster, use that. And so you get a little bit of a lift through your hips. But you don't have to. You can just have your bottom on the floor. You don't have to have the prop. And just hang out here for a few minutes. I like to explain everything so that you understand what's happening with all the exercises. I don't want you to be blindly following instructions. A lot of yoga teachers, they don't really understand. They're just teaching what their teacher taught them. And I mean, you don't have to. I mean, if you just feel good, that's enough, really. But I like to know what's happening, and I like to teach people, educate. So what's happening here is it's helping the blood flow through the veins in the legs to return the blood flow to the heart, because as we get older, it gets a bit more sluggish. The venous return, or the veins, there can be a little bit of blockage or backflow at all the little valves. So it's very good for your circulation towards your heart. So your arteries are a bit more muscular and they push blood away. They take the blood away from the heart. And then it goes through all the little capillaries, and then it goes like the blue blood, the deoxygenated blood comes back to the heart and the lungs, and there's no real muscular walls, so it's quite passive. It's not very active, so it's actually, it gets sluggish. It's not good. Blockages is a big problem with age. So let's unblock, not let anything stagnate. Keep the energy flowing. Lymph, circulation. And it's very relaxing. It's really sending a clear message to your body. Relax. Literally put your feet up and relax. Really plugging in the battery, slowing down, recharging from your busy life, often stressful life, fast-paced world. If you feel like you'd like to relax for a bit longer, or meditate, or do it all again, that would be fine, of course. If you're going to meditate for a bit longer, switch off your device. Otherwise, there'll be ads, obviously ads and other YouTube come on. If you feel like you've had enough, just hug your knees in, roll to the side. Well done for your commitment and your effort and your discipline, because a lot of people don't have that to, put on your YouTube at home and actually, have the discipline to do what you've just done. So well done. That's going to pay off for you. Keep it up. I hope you can either become a patron for extra content off me, or just donate $1 or $2 per video, please, to my PayPal. It's on my website, essentialyoga.com.au. I hope you have a great day or a great night's sleep. This will fit in any time. See you.